Greetings, Earthlings! My name is Zero Joke and welcome back to Space Engineers. Last we left off, we had constructed our a building for housing all of our assemblers and refineries, which you can see completed down there, and also its sister building. Or rather, I created the sister building, which is the warehouse, which houses wares. Yeah, so I've been a bit busy since last time, since there's a lot of side projects that don't necessarily need a camera. So first off, I have started working on building the rest of these towers. So I've completed the tower over here that has the solar tower there, and I've completed another tower there. Platform, bunker, I don't know. But I've also constructed a wall. Yes. The plan is that we have this wall located at each of these segments where I've got steel girders already. And underneath this platform we've got conveyors so that we can link up all of the towers to the same conveyor network so they can all grab ammo from the warehouse and shoot them and what have you. Basically. At some point once I've done, or rather once I've replicated what I've done here to the rest of the sides, we'll move on to dealing with the corners. But that's later. Yeah, so let me show you what I've done. I've done some more steel platage, and I've also built the warehouse. The warehouse, instead of being just steel plate, has windows on the top, and I'll explain why in a second. I've also added these rotary airlocks to them. There's rotary airlocks to them, thank you. You can open up. This is in preparation for today's event. And then I've also furnished the interior of here, because I decided it's not really that exciting. We've got some cargo containers. We currently have two. One is for our ingots and ores at the moment, and the other one is for our components. You know, decent amount of storage space. We've got room for 6 more cargo containers, which I've placed already. And then we've got some ice processing machines and some oxygen tanks and some hydrogen tanks. You know where that goes. We've not got much hydrogen, and I have burnt through all the ice that we have, I think. Yeah, so we are going to need to get a lot of ice shipments in order to get all the stuff we need, but we have enough oxygen to do what we need to do today, which is we're going to pressurize both this building and the processor. Hop on over to the processor. I'm going to get so annoyed with these airlocks. Like, I can't even tell you. Yeah, so we need to pressurize this area. This isn't going to have a second floor, it's just going to be bigger, and we'll have stairs leading up to a catwalk or something. Okay, so first things first, I am going to need to go grab some energy before we do anything. Cool, right, and then we're going to need to grab some things. So let's empty out all of this, shall we? Okay, cool. We're going to need to grab some air vents. And probably some conveyors as well. We're going to want 1 air vent per building, maybe, because we're not going to be losing air at all, so we don't really need 2 air vents instead of 1. We might later build some additional ones. Okay. Yes, it'll be useful to schedule all of these. Okay, let's do this thing properly, right? And yes. Okay. Do the components. 10 components could not be put into production. You confuse me. Motors? Because yeah, let's turn that back on to assembling. What assembler are you running on? We won't have to deal with this problem because the second part is automating the assemblers. Or have you queued to? Or are they all done? Okay. They're all successfully put into production. Okay. I guess that'll do its thing. But in the meantime, we're going to place down these air vents inside. Right, so we can easily just place one of our air vents here, right? Bolt on an air vent here, bolt up. And then it will start pressurizing the facility once we've got enough resources. Go. I don't know how much volume this is going to take up. Let's have a look at the tank. There's a lot of stuff here. A lot of stuff. Tank. Yeah, so we have 6 oxygen tanks. We can have 12 at a later date. So grab the air vent again. Vent. Okay, or you just don't want to see yourself. Who knows? Let's air vent. Warehouse. Air vent. Medical. Let's have a look at. So we have this. We're currently at 45%, and then these are at 46% storage. Yeah, we have plenty of oxygen. This one has been set to stockpile because it's the one where all the oxygen bottles go to. Okay, so in a second we should be able to just take off our helmet and breathe normally. And it will stop being cold, it will be temperate. Just needs to take a while. Okay, we're now warm and oxygen high, so I can take off helmet and we can... No, that's not helmet. That's helmet. Yeah, we can take off our helmet, wander around, and we've got oxygen. Good, 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 good. Right. Do the same to the other one. Right. Now we could place them onto like one of the batches of assemblers, the same thing that we did before. Actually, placing it in the same position is going to be easy, isn't it? Here, hold it up, aim it, and we can let that do its job. Good. Processor. So we can see we're getting room pressurization. It's all good, and we've got plenty of oxygen, so all good. Yes. Now, the ambitious part of me that rarely speaks up would say that we want to cover this once we finish the walls, excavate out all of this underneath the walls and build them as proper steel, and then pressurize this entire like section, like we've got a biodome or something. But I don't think Space Engineers handles that, which is a shame. Anyway. Now that we've done that, I'm going to... I don't know why I'm coming back here. Guess I just feel nostalgic. So we've got Tim, right? We've got Taleden's inventory manager, which I may have to open up somewhere. These doors off my terminal. Let's clean up anything that doesn't need to be here. Oxygen generators don't need. Power efficiency modules don't need to. Speed modules don't need to. Programmable block, yes. Ore detector. These are incomplete. They don't need to be here. Okay. Yeah, that should be fine. Right. So let's have a look. So we want to first of all, we want to set up our new place where we have LCDs. And for now, I came out this way. Why is it closed? Yeah, so we're going to go upstairs. And the first thing that we're going to want to do is add a conveyor port in here because, my god, I do not want to have to run downstairs every time I want to build one. Right, let's get a cargo container. 2 cargo. Add that to build planner. Remove that from control 4. Materials, can't get them. Yeah, as you can see, our stockpile is very low on a couple precious things. We don't have any steel here. I've just been building to demand instead of building properly. Yep. So, hang on. Yeah, we can do some calculations to find where we need to place this thing. Right, so from this wall. Right, from this wall. Okay, 2 is the gap. 1, 2 is a cargo container. 1, 2, 3 is another one. Thank you. This is our components cargo container. We're just going to place this here. We will move it later. Cool, right. Now that we have access to this, I'm going to call it cargo warehouse. And move it off terminal and inventory screen. Because now we can just access it. Good. Okay. What have in me? Steel. We're going to want to set up some terminals. So let's go grab. I'll just throw away the steel, even though I need it. Build them then. Right. We're just going to place like a slab. We can probably do this a bit better, can't we? Right, so if we do 3, so that's ores, ingots. No, we don't need that. Ores and ingots, components, and ammo. Right? This is my thinking. And then we have a second set of LCDs which have the required stuff. Don't have enough. Right, let's go grab that quickly. At some point, everything will work properly. Okay, and then we also need to grab some LCDs, so we'll do that. Do them quickly. Right, I need 6 LCDs. One, 2, 3, 4. Additional up here. Right. Not on our build queue. Let's add that to build queue. Grab some stuff. Weld this up a bit. Grab some stuff. I'm going to bet that they aren't building, so let's build that properly. Need a couple more computers. Come on, there we go. Got that up. Right, so we've got us. We're missing 1 computer. This is annoying. Thank you. Okay, so we've got ourselves 6 LCDs, and thankfully they you know have a nice mesh to them. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to have LCD panel, and this one is going to be ores and ingots. So Tim quota or ingot. That didn't do the thing I wanted it to. Ores, ingots. Right, I'll be back in a second once I relearn how to do this because I've forgotten. Okay, I partially jumped the gun here. It's not quota, it's invent. Invent. And it's ore, not ingot. Ore, not ores. Yes. Ah, there we go. Right, so let's set that to the proper thing, which is 0.6. And then it can list all of the ores and ingots that we will ever need to obtain. Excellent. As you can see, we've got... we're a bit low on platinum and iron and gold and cobalt, but the rest of them are under quota. Now, the problem is, those quotas are being assigned by randomness. So what we're going to do... Oh, can we? We might be able to. Is we're going to set this panel up for Tim quota, and we're going to set ore. No, we're going to set ingot because really ore doesn't matter. So doing that means that we have this screen, which allows us to set the minimum and percentage minimum of our ingots for this screen down here. It's purely for the progress bars when it comes to ingots. But if a bar is full and another bar isn't, it will switch over which ore it's making to try and fill up the lowest bar or something. I don't know. The refineries just do that thing, really. Yeah, so we can go into here and we can edit the text. And we can say, for example, that we're gonna ignore the percentages because I want to set these up myself. So what we're going to do is we're just going to copy this and paste every single time. Right? Which means it will reset these down to their base stats, which you can barely see because this wants to align in a different way. I don't know why. Why is this default? Align center. Right. Thank you. You are also going to do... Hang on. Let's grab all of them. Oh, I can't. Well, that's mean. I can't just grab all of them and align to center. It's not right. Not right. Actually, I can set content, text, and images. Okay. No, I can't. I have to set it manually then. Okay, so this is... Why am I... So this is currently 55,200. You can see down here 55,200, right? So we can go into here and we can say, okay, we want how many iron ingots do we want in storage? Well, let's say that we want 100,000 iron ingots in storage. It will then change this to say 100,000 iron ingots. Now, I have had that before, which is usually the point at which I stop mining. So having it set like this means I can check this and see what ingots do I need, which is superbly helpful. And we can do the same for the rest of this. So I can go in here and actually I don't even need to do that. Just press F. Say I want 1,000 uranium in storage, and I want 50,000 stone, and I want 2,000, and I want 5,000, and 500, and I want 3,000, 500, 500, 5,000. Do that, it will auto format, and it will sit down here, and we will go, okay, we've got enough nickel. Despite the fact that we don't want 3,000 as our nickel, do we? Let's do 10,000 nickel. And we've already got all our silver that we need, and, you know, very easy. This is just for ease of use, really. We're now going to get on to the fun bit. This panel is the components. And as you can see, it's full of detritus. Font size 6 and alignment set. Okay. So we can see from here that we've got our quotas are currently below percentage. All of their percentage isn't being done. We can go into here, we can add the quota screen to this. Do the same things that you did to everything else, Jake. Jeez. There we go. Okay, so we can access this, we can have a look. So we're not going to do the same thing that we did in ingots, right? Because ingots, we don't want our quota to increase with the more ingots we get. We want a fixed quota for all of our ingots. For our materials, on the other hand, we want to be modifying that. So currently, 40% of what we have should be steel plate, right? And if we have a look here, steel plate is currently sitting at 500 for some reason. Why 500? It's not the default. 500 is 40% of all the stuff in quota. Ah, yes it is. Okay. Sticking this like this for now is fine. I'll probably tinker with it when I feel like I need to. And then we need to set up this last panel. Quota ammo magazine, spelled with a Z, because that's how you spell it. No, not that. Inven, not quota. Come on, you've got to be consistent sometimes. 0.6, center. There we go. That's pretty okay. So we've got 32 NATO magazine, and I've also got missiles and a different kind of NATO ammo. That NATO ammo is the rifle ammo, yeah. We currently don't have any quotas for it. We can then go in here. Tim, quota, ammo magazine, and it will bring up this because the minimums are currently 0. Well, I want to change that. First, I'll change the text size. I need to redo the alignment on this. Align left. Yeah, so we go into here, and we can say, well, this is Gatling ammo, right? This entry here is Gatling ammo, so what we're going to do is we're going to say, well, I want 100 Gatling ammo. Minimum. Which means it will now put a bar here. And now we can change this. The center. Now, you may think that an entire screen is a waste for 3 items, but if and when I install weapon mods, that becomes a very large list, and I want to make sure we have enough ammo for every kind of gun that we have. So, you know, that's usual. And we can see we've got 32 32 containers of these Gatling ammo, and we can increase the number of Gatling ammo that we want later. Now, you may be thinking, well, these quotas are all awfully nice, but I still have to use an assembler for that, right? This is where we do the thing I wanted to do for a while. We go to assemblers, which should contain all of our assemblers. And we are going to set them to automatic. I think it's Tim Auto? Yes. We are also going to make sure that cooperative mode is disengaged. Right? Disengage cooperative mode, it isn't necessary. Right? And then we're just going to grab assembler and paste it on all of these assemblers, because it's not really necessary for them to be numbered. We're not going to manually go in there and manually assign tasks anymore, unless we actually need them. And also we've got the other side of the slab, this green holder for the other stuff that we want. So oxygen tanks, hydrogen tanks, tools, etc. We'll put them in here. Then we're going to have a look at our screens. Now this is going to use up, well, it's going to use up a bit more scripting power, but I don't care. It's not my server. Oh wait, yes it is. So as you can see, we've got dashes where there are assemblers. And at some point in the future, when this machine decides to get moving, we'll have something being built in the assemblers. Let's check production. Right. So we have all of these assemblers. All off on terminal, they're all on. And as you can see, we've got assemblers being assigned. So we can see that, you know, there's 2 assigned to reactor components, 1 assigned to canvas, yada, yada, yada. And they're all going to make sure that all these quotas down here, I'm trying to point at it with my finger instead of the cursor. So they will make sure that we are at quota for all of our materials. Which means that we will have all the resources we require. Built automatically. Because I'm a lazy ass. So I'm going to let the assemblers do their thing. They're going to be churning through all of our ingots. So once this screen is full, and this screen is full, we are backed up, so to speak. Yeah, it's going to try and make thruster components. It's going to be a bit frantic in trying to make these, but it does get the job done, especially when we get all of the assemblers built. And my god, our power drain must be stupid. Speaking of which, we need a power drain. We need a screen for that. So let's build one. Hello. I forget what your name is supposed to be. Hang on, no, program. So power edit, it will say somewhere here. This. Access this, paste this in here, and it will give us our lovely stuff. Now I should be able to set this to something like 0.55, and then it will stop facing itself weirdly. Yeah, so we can see all the information on here, and as you can see, we're only outputting 300 and something kilowatts. Which is surprising, I thought we'd have more. You can also see that we're roughly at half capacity for our oxygen tanks. Oh god, yeah, the blur here is not helpful. Let's improve the colour. That's background color. We don't want to do that. What kind of disgusting person are you? Changing the background color. Yes, that's much better. And now I have to do the same for all of these. And I have to do it manually because it doesn't allow me to do it in group. Well, I tried. Right, so let's grab all of the LCDs before we no longer need them here. Brackets. Put them off in terminal. They no longer take it up. Excellent. We can do the same with these medical rooms. And programmable blocks. And the reactor that's off. Well, that should be on at some point. Oh yeah, it will turn on and off because of the solar alignment script. Really? We're only taking up 382 kilowatts? Interesting. Okay, so we're out of gold. We're out of cobalt. Now, a lot of these stuff that we need to build, construction components aside, require cobalt or gold. Which is going to be interesting. Now I'll have a tinker to see if this will run in the way that I determine it to run, just to see if there's any hookups or something. Let's have a look. Hiccups, not hookups. Yeah, those are different things, Jake. Are you assigning stuff to incomplete assemblers? You might be. So I might have to remove auto from those assemblers. Let's do that. Remove auto, yes. No, not that. There's a lot of assemblers here. Right. 4. No. 5. 4. 1. Right. They should no longer be automated via TIM. Means we have cleaned this out, so it should be doing things properly. But as you can see, because we've got multiple components over their thresholds, it means that our thresholds have increased and you've reset back to where you were. Oh, that's going to be annoying. Why do the screens why do they automatically start with indentation? Who in their right mind would do that? Yeah, but case in point, we've got ammo. Excellent. Yeah, and then we can place down other screens here for when we need them. Right, that's done. We've automated our base. Rats. I think that's what you're here to see. Okay. So now that's all we're going to do for today. The last thing that we want to do is we want to start planning out what the next things. Now, no. Typing it wrong. Now I want to get some shield generators. Because I think that I want to start boasting that they can't just they being the other people on the server can't just bomb my base easily because I've got shield generators. But that does invite the challenge of trying to get past them. So I'm going to have a look on how these work, and then we'll put some together. Oh god, they're expensive. No, that's the air pressurizer. Yeah, have a look at the station shield emitter, and scream internally at those resource costs. How much does a field emitter cost? Field emitter costs some gold. Oh, it costs 5 gold. Oh no. And I need 800 of them. Oh no. That's a lot of gold. I think the thing that we're going to be building next is a better mining operation. Yeah, we'll build some mining outposts and start just tearing through the landscape. But until then, my name has been Zero Jake. End transmission.